Vidyavardhini's College of Engineering and Technology, also known as VCET or the Vartak Engineering College, is the first institution imparting technical education in the Palghar district of Maharashtra. VCET is located in Vasai at a walking distance from the Vasai Road railway station. Since its inception, VCET has shaped the engineering careers of thousands of students from this area. It was established in 1994 by the great visionary, late Padma Shri H.G. alias Bhau Sahib Vartak. He believed education is the only road to prosperity and established institutions catering to the fields of arts, science, commerce, polytechnic, and engineering. The institute offers courses in computer engineering, information technology, in mechanical engineering, electronics and telecommunications engineering, instrumentation engineering, civil engineering, artificial intelligence and data science, as well as computer science and engineering, are the emerging areas with huge career opportunities. VCET has all state-of-the-art facilities. The institute provides experiential learning through hands-on practice in the workshop, by providing access to laboratory equipment, and through minor projects. VCET also possesses a fully functional hydraulic lab, which gives a realistic scenario for students to learn. The institute also boasts of top-of-the-line equipment for the aid of students, which also includes a one-of-a-kind 3D printer. VCET labs are specially designed to enable a rich and engaging learning experience for students, as well as providing a great way for teachers to effectively communicate with them. VCET also has a dedicated training and placement team, which focuses on employability assessment. With campus placements at an all-time high, we have quite a few industry-leading core companies visiting us for recruitments year after year. With IT being the biggest domain, we have some of the best IT firms coming in for recruitments. In the recent past, VCET students have been awarded impressive packages in the range of Rs 22 lakhs to 8 lakhs. The Institute's central library is equipped with 33,000 books. Apart from facilities required as per curriculum, VCET has also established a Texas Innovation Laboratory. The Texas Instruments University program is dedicated to supporting engineering educators, researchers, and students worldwide. The Aveva ecosystem enables multidisciplinary engineering teams to work together in an effective manner. Finally, the Siemens Center of Excellence to give students the cutting edge. Let's hear it from the student chapters.
We are the technical division of Vidyavardhini's College of Engineering and Technology. We come under one roof in unison and help to promote technological growth and prowess.
All the committees come under one roof and perform technical events which are recognized all over the country.
These chapters include organizations like IEEE, ISA, CSI, IETE, VMEA, ISHRE, CESA, and SAE India, among others. VCET has been featured in a lot of print, digital, and TV media. Most notably, our Ethan Car project was featured in Zee 24 Tas Marathi. VCET hosts the Ethan Garage, which is a one-of-a-kind experience of real-time car building in an engineering college campus. Every year, the students of VCET develop racing cars, such as the Ethan Racing Car, and participate in various national events. And the Solecton Solar Electric Racing Car, and participate in various national events. Product showcase is the unique distinctiveness of VCET. Vidyavardhini's National Project Showcase is one of the best practices of VCET. VCET Hackathon is a 30-hour non-stop competition. sports has a prominent place as well in VCET. Let's hear it from the sports secretary himself.
With a highly dedicated sports committee and a rich history of alumni winning multiple competitions across state and country, I feel honored to be part of VCET.
VCET's Avahan is the most awaited sports festival. Apart from technical facilities, the institute has also made all sports equipment and a gymnasium available to its students.
Hello, this is Deepak Joshi and I am the General Secretary of Vidyavardhini's College of Engineering and Technology. VSET and its Student Council has given us chance to showcase our leadership skills, and we have been organizing events both cultural as well as technical from our first year itself.
ZEAL is a 3-day cultural festival organized by the Student Council of the college and unveil their enthusiasm. The rock music event and DJ Wars are events where national and international artists are invited to mesmerize the VCETians. VCET also has an auditorium and a seminar hall with digital podium. The alumni of VCET are nothing but success stories. They are the ambassadors, raising the flag of VCET high every day. Vidyavardhini College of Engineering and Technology is not just an engineering institute. VCET is a journey of experiences for students to become successful technocrats.
My name is Swapnil Kavir. I am a pass out of Vidyavardhini's College of Engineering and Technology. It's a great experience to be back in the college that has given me so much. The college has evolved and I wish to say that I am a proud alumnus of this institution.
A lot that I am today, I think I owe it to my alma mater VSET. It was at VSET that I learned not just about computing, but the art of multitasking, handling pressure, and many life skills. And to the budding students, wishing you all a great, successful future. You all are going to help make this world a better place to live.
Thank you, Panda sir. So I will now request Anaga and Siddhi to continue.
Hello, am I audible? Hello?
Yeah, Anaga,
Yes,
you're
Siddhi.
audible, Anaga. Yeah, yep.
Oh. The best way to predict future is to design it. This quote gives us an accurate description for our event. A very good afternoon to our principal sir, Dr. Harish Vankutre, HOD, Dr. Uday Asavlekar, honorable speakers, Mr. Sandeep Talavlekar, Mr. Sandeep Shikre, Ms. Shri Rekha, Mr. Remy Engineers, Mr. Bhavesh Mehta, teachers, and all my dear friends. I, Siddhi Redkar, along with my co-host Anaga Nemade, welcome you all on behalf of Civil Department for the student chapter launch of Indian Green Building Council for Vidyavardhini's College of Engineering and Technology. IGBC aims to enable a sustainable built environment for all and facilitate India to be one of the global leaders in the sustainable built environment by 2025.
Now, I would like to request our HOD, Dr. Uday Asavlekar sir, to give opening remarks.
Thank you, Anga. Very good afternoon to all of you. I, Uday Asavlekar, Head Civil Engineering Department, welcomes Mr. Sandeep Shirke, Chairman, IGBC Mumbai Chapter, Ms. Mala Singh, Co-Chair, IGBC Mumbai Chapter, Mr. Hiten Sethi, Co-Chair, IGBC Mumbai Chapter, and the Student Chapter Committee members, Sri Sandeep Taluskar, Mr. Bhavesh Mehta, Rumi Engineers, Rakesh Bhatia, Rajan Gavarkar, and all other members, those who are present here. I welcome the Principal Vidyavardhini, Dr. Harish Vankudre, for the inaugural function of IGBC Students VCET Chapter. I welcome all the faculty members and students. I will just brief you about the Civil Engineering Department. The Vidyavardhini Engineering College and Technology was established in 1994. Then Civil Engineering Department was established in year 2014. The department is having a well-equipped lab with an infrastructures in various labs accounting to more than 1 crore rupees. The department is having well-qualified and experienced staffs in the various domains of civil engineering like structural engineering, construction management, environmental engineering. Department organizes regularly various field visits, industrial experts, and students development program for getting the knowledge beyond the curriculum for the students. The department motivates the students to participate in various national and international events like Akruti arranged by the IITs and other reputed institutes all over India. I am pleased to inform you that last week only, 5 students of civil engineering won the various prizes in the event called Nirmiti organized by MIT Pune. The civil engineering students participates and appears in various competitive exams like GATE and GRE TOEFL for pursuing the higher educations. Okay, so in order to motivate the students, the institute promotes the various interdisciplinary subjects like renewable energy, the energy audit and management, energy management, then solid waste management, etc. to have the gain the additional knowledge in the environment to maintain the environment sustainability. So in this purpose, we are going a step ahead with an starting with an student chapter with the IGBC at VCET. So I request all the faculty members, I especially express my sincere efforts taken by Mr. Vikrant Kothari to start the VCET student chapter in collaboration with the IGBC. Once again, I welcome all the members for the inaugural functions of student VCET IGBC chapter. Thank you once again.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now I request our principal, sir, Dr. Harish Vankatre, to say a few words.
Very good afternoon to all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Yeah. Once again, a very good afternoon to all. On behalf of management of Vidyavardhini College of Engineering and Technology, I extend a warm welcome to the office bearers of Indian Green Building Council, Architect Sandeep Shirke, the chairman, and his colleagues, Rumi Engineer Sandeep Taulikar, Bhavesh Mehta, as well as Ms. Sri Rekha, Counselor of CII IGBC, Dr. Uday Solekar, who is the in-charge head of Civil Engineering Department, Professor Vikrant Kothari, and other faculty members of Civil Engineering Department, and dear students. I take this opportunity to provide the brief details about the institution to the distinguished members today we have from the Indian Green Building Council. Vidyavardhini College of Engineering and Technology, known as VCET, was established in the year 1994 by Vidyavardhini Trust. The trust has completed 50 years and VCET has completed 26 years. Vidyavardhini means a body committed to enhancement of knowledge, with the motto Sa Vidya Ya Vimuktaye, which means knowledge is the one that liberates. Vidyavardhini is dedicated to the noble cause of education in rural areas since 1970. The seed sown by great visionary late Padma Shri H.G. alias Bahusaheb Vartak has now grown into a gigantic tree, benefiting thousands of lives through quality education in the various streams like arts, commerce, science, technical education, management, and finance. The institute is a self-financed institute approved by AICT, DT, and Government of Maharashtra. It is affiliated to the University of Mumbai. We are offering courses in mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electronics and telecommunication, computer science, information technology, and also courses in the emerging areas like the computer science and engineering with data science and artificial intelligence and data science. National Board of Accreditation accredited 4 programs of the institution for a period of 3 years in the past. And as on today, we have applied for the reaccreditation of our courses to NBA. Our institute is accredited by NAC. We also participate in NIRF national ranking process. The distinctive features of Vidyavardhini's College of Engineering and Technology can be just elaborated like this. The institute provides an ecosystem to promote research and innovation. The institute encourage faculty members to pursue their PhD and provide necessary support through well-defined policies. 11 faculty members have completed PhD from the reputed institutes like IITs and NITs. 4 are pursuing their PhD. We are participating in Atal Innovation Ranking, and we have established an Institute Innovation Council also. The institute has an excellent placement as well as the record as well as the results. In the academic year 2018-19, we have placed 285 students. In 2019-20, we have placed 296. And in today's COVID pandemic also, we are successful in placing 146 students. The maximum package, as you have seen in the video, offered to all the students is 22.4 lakhs. We do organize the industry meet. We organize the industry meet called as Udyam Saman in February 2020. Related to the research and development activities, the institute has completed a collaborative research project with Institute of Plasma Research, Gandhinagar. 8 minor research projects got grant from the University of Mumbai. And so far, our faculty members have completed 12 minor research projects. Related to consultancy, our faculty members do provide consultancy in the area of quality management, ISO 9000. Our faculty members do the water audit, also provide consultancy in product design, development, and testing. Just to highlight the few of the students' achievements, Ethan, which is a Formula One racing car students team, it participated in the Formula Bharat CV 2021 and it achieved a 15th overall rank. Team VCET Solekton, this team manufactures this solar car, and this solar car participated in the NSVC competition and won the first prize in Nagpur. In the same event, VCET Pratibam, another team, won the 3rd position. The team Centurion got 11th rank at Quad Bike Design Challenge at Hyderabad. The team E-Mecto participated in the Asian E-Bike Challenge, which was held in Visakhapatnam. Team Air Nova participated in the Aerodominator 7, which is an online competition, and scored rank 16. Our students do participate in the AICT Smart India Hackathon. 8 teams participated in this Smart India Hackathon, out of which 3 were selected for the final rounds. In Smart India Hackathon, the team Radical won the first prize in the problem statement given by the Sikkim government. Our students also participate in the innovative project competition Avishkar. We submitted 22 projects for this Avishkar competition. Out of 4 projects were selected at the district level round, and out of that, project on design and manufacturing of lower limbs exoskeleton was selected at the national level innovative project competition Anveshan. The group of students also participated in the E-Yantra robotic competition, and they reached the semi-final round of this competition, which was organized by IIT Bombay. With respect to the students' individual achievements, Vivek Singh of IT department was a member of runner-up team in Asian Indian Hackathon. Mr. Rahul Kamble won the 5th rank in the COVID-8 conducted by IIT Bombay and Larsen & Toubro Limited. Recently, as Dr. Asolekar shared with you, Gauri Alue, she won the Rotary Youth Leadership Award in Nirmiti 2021. Along with that, we other students also presented a paper in the corresponding competition, and there were runners-up and also won the prizes in the Nirmiti competition. Our students organize unique events like hackathon, as you have seen in the video, 30 hours competition for software development competition. We do have a unique event called as the base distinctive of the VCT, that is the product showcase. Then we have got a national level project showcase, that is VNPS. The 6th edition of VNPS is underway today only. And we also conduct the face-off inter-college debate competition. You have seen about our annual event Awan and the corresponding display in the college video. The institute is keen toward the social issues and undergoes extension and outreach activities like blood donation, mega donation camp under the umbrella of UDAN and NSS wing. The ESEAL, that is the Entrepreneurship Development Cell of VCET, organizes the events like BizMaster, eSummit, and Internship Fair. We have new established in the institution. We have got a Siemens Center of Excellence, and we have started the Siemens certification programs. We have got a Texas Innovation Lab, where we provide the hands-on training on the Texas Instrument products and the certification under the Texas Instruments University program for students as well as the staff. We have trained around 100 students and 30 staff so far. 18 projects were submitted in DST Texas Instrument India Innovation Challenge Design Contest, that is ISCTC 2019. And a project on artificial intelligence-based predictive maintenance from the instrumentation department got selected for the ISCTC 2019 semi-finals. 504 students participated in the DST online contest conducted by Texas Instruments. We also have Aviva Center of Excellence. We conducted the training programs. This year we established a eYantra lab setup in collaboration with the IIT Bombay. We also have IIT Bombay Remote Center in the campus, through which we conduct the various FDP programs for the students as well as for the faculty members in the various areas like the Scilab, Python, Linux, IoT, eSIM, or programming. In COVID pandemic, our faculties have attended number of webinars and also organized number of webinars, STT and FDPs for the benefit of the students and the faculties. We have started with the induction program and the internal internship program for the first year student. The institute is gearing for the challenges in terms of the employability enhancement, skill development, attracting more quality students as well as branding of the institution. We are working on the strengthening our ties with the industries. We are looking forward to set up the Center of Excellence in the other areas like the automation, robotics, IoT, 3D printing, and also as since we have started our collaboration today with the Indian Green Building Council, so we are hopeful that we'll be able to contribute in this area and we'll be able to establish maybe a Center of Excellence in future in the same area. We do employability assessment of our students to this MCAT test and provide the necessary training and arrange the workshop. We have started collaborative internship program. The institute is working towards that. We believe that our responsibility is to transform 12-pass student and diploma holder into an employable professional engineering graduate and also mentor them to become intrapreneur or entrepreneur. So once again, I extend my heartiest welcome to the members of this IGBC, and also I'd like to congratulate Civil Engineering Department, Professor Kothari and his team for taking this initiative for starting the student chapter. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. Moving forward, I would like to introduce our first guest, Mr. Rumi Engineer. Mr. Rumi Engineer is a Senior General Manager and Head of Energy Management and Green Initiative at Godrej and Boyce Manufacturing Company Limited. He has around 38 plus years of experience and also have led several roles. Now I request Mr. Rumi Engineer to introduce IGBC and student chapter.
Thank you very much. I'm sharing my screen. Is my screen visible and am I audible, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So at the outset, thanks very much, respected Principal Sir Dr. Harish Wankhorde, Uday Asolekar, HOD, Vikrant Kothari, faculty members of the Vidyavardhini College of Engineering and Technology. I must say congratulations and a commendable work done. Whatever we have heard just now recently, and best wishes for future. So with that, let me start. Thanks very much for giving an opportunity on behalf of the IGBC Core Committee of Students Chapter. I must thank and appreciate to share some of the thoughts over here and giving us the time. So this is a launch of the IGBC Mumbai chapter. As you can see, this is a presentation which we'll be going through. Let us understand what is the role and the importance of a building. See, today, I'm not going to be verbatim. Please, you may look at the slide. But today we are talking about the built environment. And built environment, it goes with sustainability. Be it any manufacturing organization, be it a service sector, be it any sector, if you look at it. Sustainability is the name of the game today. Why, you may ask. If you look at India today, it's an emerging economy. Technologies are emerging and India is yet to be built. If you look at it, there are a lot of statistical information available that nearly 60% plus more what you see today. So you, the millennials, you have got a golden opportunity, a grand opportunity to look at it from a very different perspective, that is sustainability. Why so? See, if you look at it, currently, leave aside last 2 years, yes, the year and this, definitely will overcome it. But even if you go a little bit back, last 5 years, with so much amount of a development happening, we have got our existing infrastructure. And I'm sure everyone will agree that infrastructure development in most of the countries, even if you see the developed countries, it has to be some sort of a forethought. It cannot keep pace, for which you require a very huge investment. So the challenge for you people is that you have to look at it, the optimum utilization of our resources. When I say resources, it's not water, it's not energy, it's not material, it's everything, even the human resources. Like you are just now in the academic side, once you come out on the industry side, you will understand what are the challenges you will face as far as the human resources is concerned. So this is just to set the context. You are saying role and importance of the building. I am just putting a right perspective. Okay. So obviously you look at it from a building perspective, be it a data center, be it a healthcare, be it a hospitality industry, be it malls. You look at any structure, any built environment, energy comes first in the pecking order, if you look at it. Resources, I just mentioned, waste. See, today we have got a Herculean task of waste. And believe me, IGBC will give you a leverage, a roadmap to preempt and be prepared for your business or your future endeavors. If you are having a college, I have seen your photographs. So waste management is one of the major issues. And today what has happened, if you must have seen, just from 3 years back, there was a plastic ban which came. There was a waste management, municipal solid waste management. The municipal said we will not lift up. So now what happens? Where huge development, residential development, we have got towers of 30 stories and 10 towers, etc. There is a huge waste management issue. So what happens is that you have to understand that these are the issues and these are easily manageable. So this is something we are not saying it is good to do, it is must to do. This is coming as a legislation compliance, non-conformity, okay, will invite punitive action. So polluter pays, I'm not getting into verbatim. So carbon, now talking about carbon, everything, see even your lifestyle today, your fashion, the way you eat, the way you live, everything gets translated into carbon emission. And people are talking about low carbon economy transition, all nations. Now in December, I'm not just going overboard, but there is a conference of Party 26 in Glasgow, where all head of the countries are going to meet and they are going to work out a plan. So on and so on. So this is something, the role and the importance. Now, when you are talking about a building or a built environment, so studies reveal there are tangible as well as intangible benefits. So if you look at it, school, a house, a hospital, or a mall, on the right-hand side, you definitely have what are the prerequisites or the attributes which you see, the healthy, happy environment which you see. Okay. So this is something, these are the studies where it is very well published.
Multiple people can ये किया है, तो कोई भी ये करता है.
Is there a problem or should I continue?
Sir, please mute. May I request everyone else to kindly mute their mic while the speaker
Okay.
is speaking?
So thanks. Appreciate it. So if you see, there are a lot of research done on the cognitive abilities. That means how a person's behavior gets impacted with all these happenings, the physical manifestation of the buildings, which is built by the architects, the civil engineer, the structural. So it's a gamut of all the professional, all the stakeholders, which I would say. Now, if you look at the overview of the sector, the construction sector is a major economic driver in any nation, if you look at it, more so in the developing countries. If you look at it, the same thing, it has got an impact on the emission also. So everybody knows China comes first, and then there is US, and then there is India. Or a little bit of order gets reversed. It depends where you look at it. So from 2004 onwards, that's what I was just telling you. So if you see the second block, if you see, most of the commercial buildings are with air conditioning. So air conditioning today, it has become non-negotiable. And I don't know if you are aware of it, there is a lot of research going on. Recently, from 15 days back, there was an international prize for cooling, competition where Daikin won. And they are coming out with a technology where today, whatever the energy your split AC or a window AC is consuming in your house, okay, will be nearly 50% less. Just imagine what is a breakthrough technology. So technology, I can give you endless example. I'm sure all of you agree. When did you last buy the mobile? You must have not bought 10 years back. Why? The reason why we are not buying even 5 years back mobile, because it's a technology. And with that comes the affordability. With that comes the availability. So technology, affordability, availability, keeping all these parameters in mind, these are the drivers or the levers for the future growth potential, which is in the for the economy. So these are some of the information where you may go through it. I'm not getting into too much of a detail. Further, there are certain standards and codes which has been developed. I'm not aware whether you are about this National Building Code, ECBC Code, Bureau of Energy Efficiency Standards and Labeling. So there are a lot of initiatives at a national level, at an international level. So there is a great amount of a push as well as a pull to get into this sustainability initiatives. Now, what do you mean by building operations and how it gets impacted? So operational domain of a building revolves around the very first thing. You being from a civil domain, I am sure you will agree, even if you are from an electrical or a mechanical, the very first thing, even in your life, there is a planning. So you plan, okay. Then you design, construct, operate, maintain. There is a demolition, reconstruction. So there is a building cost, needs to be considered. But today, a lot of time people get misled by the first cost. So there is something called as a life cycle cost analysis, okay, or life cycle analysis, LCA. There are a lot of studies. So what are the embodied energy which gets into the product which you mentioned? For example, let me give you an example. If you take a glass, you will say glass, there are good glass which will prevent the heat from coming in. But how much energy is spent itself, okay, to manufacture the glass itself, okay? If you are taking solar cells are giving us a free electricity. But to manufacture the silicon wafers, etc. So I'm not getting into much of a detail, but just giving you an overview. So you are able to correlate better. So going green, as I said, it's a must. It's not something good. And each building type, etc. is a unique. It's a very cohesive, collaborative approach from various stakeholders, right, from architects, engineers, etc. And it is very critical that all the nuances of this building design has to be taken into consideration as a planning stage. But let me tell you a little bit of an experience. We are talking about new construction. You are from the civil. What happens to the existing building stock? If you go to any Mumbai city or a Bangalore or a Chennai, you'll see, ancient building stocks, right, from the British era, So in that, there is a significant amount of opportunity. And myself have worked with around 10 existing buildings. Few of them are heritage buildings. Our colleague Rakesh Bhatia, he comes from Tata's. So Bombay House, he has done that. So I'm just quoting it. So if you see, those buildings were constructed in 1970s, believe me. You just imagine what was 1970s. I just passed out from my school, I can just imagine wearing your hat, being in a college, And that time there was no computer, there was no AutoCAD, there was no technology. And today, if you look at it, In that building, if you walk through, you will see air conditioning systems as old as 20 years, 25 years still working. So just imagine, we have got a extremely very good potential looking at the existing building stock, and you should not neglect. So if you happen to come across any project like this, please approach IGBC. They are the right people. They will guide you. They will help you. And we can have a win-win situation for the people, planet, and also get the profit for the project proponent. IGBC Green Building Council, if you look at it, it was formed in 2001. What was the vision? It was sustainable built environment for all. So India to be the global leader, and I'm sure India is a global leader in each and everything which is emerging, right from vaccine manufacturing also, of course. So in technology or everything, and like Make in India coming in, we have many opportunity. Lot of industries will be set up. Lot of warehousing is coming in. E-commerce is taking up. So you have got an ample amount of opportunity. And with opportunity, definitely there is an impact on the environment, on the ecology. So this is where we come into picture as a civil, the architect, the structural people, energy team, etc., and the academia, obviously, to shape the people, to give the form and the shape of, and nurture them, mentor the people, okay, so that grow out with the right amount of attitude and a mentality. So this is something very important. If you see on the left-hand side, this is the first green building. It was a unique public-private partnership that time, where CII, Government of Andhra Pradesh gave the land, USAI did the funding, and Gojit Pirosha Foundation gave the technical guidance at the same time the funding. So it is known as the Center of Excellence of Energy and Environment. So if you have not visited, it will be worth visiting. They take you to the tour. Sometimes when the lockdown eases out, and you can visit Hyderabad and you know, look at it. So in 2004, Dr. Abdul Kalam inaugurated on 14th of July. Green building movement in India from a meager 20,000 square feet. Just imagine, you will understand better, you being from the civil. Just 20,000 square feet is nothing. It is like a bonsai, you know. From that, a small fledgling has grown into a large tree, if you look at it. So 6,550 green building projects, 1,800 members, student chapters, training to 30,000 more professionals, eco-labeling of the products. See, those days, the buildings were really costly. Why? The answer is very simple. We were all groping in the dark. We never knew what is available in India, and even the manufacturers did not know where to start from. So today you have got dime a dozen people. There is a very healthy competition. There is a paradigm shift which has happened in the market, and there is a market transformation which has happened. So this is what the whole movement, from a small one building, from a fledgling, it has become a movement. What is the definition? Now, if I show you two buildings, just looking at the building, nobody can say, even myself, if I'm not aware, will not say that this is a green building or not a green building. Green building is an acronym, believe me. Okay. So ultimately, major difference is the way it is operated, the way it is designed, the way it is built, the way it performs. So obviously, inside the building, apart from the core and the shell, what you see is the systems. So right, you have got the energy systems, that is your HVAC, your firefighting, and water, natural resources, less waste generation, etc., etc. Today, let me tell you, apart from energy, you know, if you don't have an electricity, and if you want to operate a factory in a remote place or a warehouse or a building, it's very simple. You can hire a DG set and you can operate. But just imagine if your water connection is gone, or if there is no water, there is rainfall deficit, you will not be able to bring the tankers and run any organization. Why I'm telling you, I come from a Godrej, and we have got factories in Shirwal, in Chennai, in Goa, at a lot of places very far off from the city, in remote location. Okay. So these are the challenges, and how we have managed it, that's a different ballgame. But water is of greater essence than even the electricity. Let me put it, me being an electrical guy, but I value water more. Okay, it does not have a price. So what are the green building rating systems areas addressing? So earlier, if you see ISO 9000, 14,000, people talked about one area in silo. This is an integrated and a holistic approach, right? You start from your site. When you dig for your new construction, you take a soil out, okay? You start piling, you do the foundation, how much amount of a degradation, soil management, you know, etc. you do. water efficiency, energy and atmosphere, obviously, material and resources, procurement as well as the waste. This is very important. And not much talked about till the green building advent came in 2004 was the indoor environmental quality. Today, believe me, with last year's COVID coming in place, indoor air quality has taken the center stage, be it your house, be it your public place, be it your healthcare, or be it your office area. People are so worried what type of air I am breathing. Just tell me, right from the managing director to the people who are residing inside, people in the hearts of hearts have got really worried. This is something, a true fact. And a lot of things have been done, lot of guidance. IGBC has been instrumental in putting up the guidelines with, of course, ISHRE, ASHRE, a lot of things are there. But this is what IGBC is all about. It's not about only buildings, but also policy, advocacy, coming in the right time of the guidelines, and we have really, as an industry, has benefited. So type of green buildings, not to elaborate much, it can be anything and everything, I would say, right from offices to IT parks to data centers. I've been handling a lot of data centers in Bangalore, rich, and they are really, really heavy on energy. Believe me, okay. Residential. Today, high-end residential places are coming up, okay. So our energy consumption is going to go up threefold. Today is something 1,000 units per person per annum or something like that figure is there. So today US and Canada is 5,000 to 6,000. The reason is we are blessed with a natural climatic condition where we are not living with the doors and the windows closed. They have got 100% heating all the time or cooling happening. They can't, because they can't open the windows, okay. The climatic condition and the upbringing and the culture is such. So we are blessed. So let's make the good out of it. Hotels, hospitals, schools, etc., which I have already elaborated. Now, today, when we are talking about energy savings, 20% to 30%. So now this is something very elaborate. I will not be able to handle it just now with our paucity of time. But there are certain reference guidelines, okay? So if you adopt that guidelines, you'll immediately have a benefit of your energy efficiency in the building coming up, rather than not adhering to any guidelines or standards. Believe me, with all due respect, many buildings have been done in the past by just the rule of thumb, that's not correct. And what green building says, no, you don't adhere to the guidelines. You beat the guidelines, you beat the standard. That means you do better. So if the says, if it is 100, green building does not accept 100. You have to be 80. That means 20% less. So your water. And now technologies, as I told you again and again, it has really leapfrog. It will give you lots of benefit. And earlier investment, maybe, initial investment may be a little bit higher. Today, with all these things available in India, I would say a green building investment hardly is 2%, 3%. Okay. So if you start doing your designs and you take all the actors, okay, right at the design stage, definitely you will have a lot of control. But what happens? Even if I say maximum 5% increment cost, what is the life of the building? Unfortunately, I'm not able to see all of you. Otherwise, we would have a very interacting session. I'd love to do that. It really inspires us. So what happens? The building life is what? 60, 70 years, 50 years. So you'll be recovering that incremental cost within 2 years. And even in existing building retrofit, let me tell you, I have done a lot of existing building retrofit. So whatever we have spent the money, changing the entire systems, etc., it gives you benefit. Further, let me tell you, you must be reading how many fires have happened today in the hospitals, in the commercial buildings, and what is the loss of life. So once you get into this rating system and you toe the line, you adhere to the standards and guidelines, your designs, I'm telling you, the way then you operate or you do shortcut, I'm not able to comment, but your designs will be really robust. It will tell you how you have to do your specifications, how you have to do your tenders, etc. So it will really give you a rock solid, baseline that how you manage your fire safety, etc. also. So besides that, obviously environmental impact, health and safety, that's what I just said, and occupant comfort, improving productivity, etc. is there. So I'm trying to put everything packaged in a very short time. So tangible and intangible benefits, they are really, really awesome. Okay. So now what are the objective? Obviously, we want to put these green ideas, seeding, facilitate all the project proponents to become one of the global leaders, okay, and shine with the examples. We have got a lot of example case studies, okay. Create a platform, so where people can interact. See, there is a huge gap. I have just like 38 years is a big time in the industry. And when I remember good old days when I came inside the industry, there is a huge gap between the academics and the industry atmosphere or the environment. So this is where we try to bridge. We understand training programs, we take training programs, we have a site visit, some guest lectures on certain aspects, certain topics, etc. So this will give you a case study. See, very important today is a case study. So if you look at the theory and when you have a case study, you will understand this better. So these are the type of interfaces which IGBC is trying to promote. Activities, there are plenty many, right from providing faculty for green building lectures. And say, I just quoted this, okay. Students can ask any question, you can come back, you can, it's a big outreach program, right from a little bit of planting campaign, green rally, green bees. We have got IGL competitions also, Indian Green League. You must have heard Indian Premier League, but we have got Indian Green League also. So this is a very interesting concept where people learn with fun, I would say. It's a learning with fun, So knowledge, challenge, greener design. So please understand, my experience is to get into this, you must have three things very important. That is, one is patience, perseverance, you have to pursue, and you will only have people around you to manage. And the last thing is the passion, which is put on the left-hand side, which definitely will grow upon you, okay, upon working on a particular field. So our colleagues who are here, they are the stalwarts, they can tell their experience, okay. So ultimately coming to an end, to sum up, we see India as a paradigm shift, I just said, in green building design and construction, new design materials, new technologies. Okay. But one more important thing, the parting thought. I also have worked on the other side, right from the design to operations and maintenance. Many a times we see that the best of the designs, they are there for 2 years, but neglect has seen, and then you are not getting that benefit. Ultimately, it's a loss, basically. If your air conditioning system is going to give you an X output in the first year, if it deteriorates, or your solar. People are talking about megawatt of solar installation, but how many people are talking about the generation? You know what is the biggest challenge in the solar, which I have also experienced? The dust. Who goes and cleans the solar panels? So for that, there is a technology which has come up, okay, which is known as an auto cleaning system. You save the water, and you get a better efficiency output also. So these are some of the examples I'm just trying to narrate. With that, so every student should act as an ambassador. That's what we want. We want you to be brand ambassador, to spread awareness, to carry the torch like how it happens in an Olympic, and run the relay race and pass it on to the next generation. So with that, I end. Thank you very much. I hand it over to Architect Sandeep Shikre sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rumi Engineer. Thank you, sir, for your words. Next, we have Mr. Sandeep Shikre, sir, who is the chairman of IGBC Mumbai chapter. He is a patron of the Council for Tall Building.
Sorry, we are not able to hear you. Your voice is getting cut off. Sorry.
In urban
Siddhi?
And
Siddhi,
also
your
the
voice is not clear.
CEO and president of SSA, Artists Better Than Before. Hello. Okay, now is it? Hello.
Sorry, we
Hello?
can't hear you.
Siddhi, we are not able to hear you. Can you just repeat?
Hello.
Anaga, can you take over?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hello.
I think Professor Vikrant, that's fine. They're just trying to give my introduction, but that is something which is quite not important. So due to their voice not being audible, I would take over. I am architect Sandeep Shikre. I am blessed and honored to be chairman of IGBC Mumbai chapter, and I'm extremely happy. It is an immense pleasure for us to have our student chapter formally getting launched in your institute. It's a legacy that Bhau Sahib Vartak, who's a very, very well-known personality in education fraternity, which has been now carried forward by Professor Vikas Vartak, who's a president, Professor Arun Vartak, who's a chairman, and Bhau Sahib Mohan is a secretary. So my warm welcome to also Principal Dr. Vankude and the head of the department, Mr. Uday Asolekar, and of course to you, Vikrant, Professor Vikrant, for taking this brilliant initiative. I have my colleagues, all of them are who's and who. They're all the eminent successful personalities in their own field. Mr. Sandeep Talaulekar, Mr. Bhavesh Mehta, who are heading our student chapter initiative. They have been very, very well able, mentored and supported by Sandeep Mendarita, by Rajan Gaokar, by Rakesh Bhatia, and of course, you all heard Rumi sir just now. So these are the people who have more than 3 to 4 decades of a very, very learned experience in the fraternity. And the whole initiative here is to bridge the gap between the young professionals while they are in their academic stage of life and make them a good exposure to the professional field. So that's the whole purpose. We thought around 5 to 6 years back that we should have a very purposeful and meaningful student chapter launch. Today we have around 20 odd student chapters which are launched all over Mumbai, which includes architectural colleges and of course engineering colleges. And we would then move forward to even schools. So I'm very glad to see there is a very overwhelming presence here. More than 150 students are participating for this very noble initiative. So my personal best wishes to all of you. Our endeavor is to give you an access to the real-time story, because what you learn in college is of course very, very important. That builds your foundation, that gives you confidence to go into a practical field. And all of you are going to become tomorrow's leaders and tomorrow's the best pride for our nation. So it's also important that you have a proper interaction with the people who are in the practical field. So it's very, very important that your curricular knowledge is properly correlated with the actual things those are happening. So that's the reason we have also decided to create a very meaningful MOU. And that MOU actually allows us to have a proper knowledge sharing. Now, this is one of the knowledge sharing session, but we'll be having many series of knowledge sharing sessions. It will also have a very joint participation into various activities because all of you are young and we want to have some innovative ideas to bring all of these 20 to 30 chapters that we have together. All of these colleges should also come together and promote some kind of a very purposeful programs. I could see in your video that you already have extracurricular activities. You also have a ZEAL, which is an annual day. So it's brilliant. Your college has a legacy of more than 26 years now. So we look forward for your active participation to also come up with some ideas where there's a good social integration amongst the students. And of course, the most important thing is to do a capacity building. There is no doubt that for a better tomorrow, we have to go green. Today, CII IGBC has reached to a milestone of 7.7 billion square foot of a green certified building. That is 7.7 crore square foot. And our aim is to cross 10 billion very soon and to be on a #1 on the world's map. Currently, we are at #2, United States being #1. That was a dream of our legend, Dr. Prem Jain, who was leading the IGBC baton for more than a decade. So there's a lot that yet needs to be done. And as Rumi sir correctly explained, the whole aspect of sustainability is also changing its modes. We were talking about energy conservation as a prime focus. Now the water is very important. Indoor environmental quality is very important. Wellness is also very important. People's mental health is very important. So it's not a static term. It's a dynamic term which will take its unfold as the civilization keeps moving ahead. So we require a lot of open researches, analysis. We require a lot of participation into competitions and having an international exposure. That's all we are going to bring it to you on your platter. But I would tell you one thing, you have to be more proactive. Everything begins with you. As much as you will show your enthusiasm, there is no dearth of opportunities we have. We can arrange for an absolutely stunning site visits for the platinum rated buildings, for the net zero buildings, for the net zero energy, net zero water. Now we are moving on to a net zero carbon. So these are all the thoughts where every square foot that we'll build henceforth will have to adhere with these particular modalities. So a lot depends on you, and you have an official formal conduit through which you can communicate with us. We have our MOU in place, and I have a great pleasure, along with all my stalwart colleagues, to announce formally that we are launching a student chapter in your college, and wish you all the best. Wish you all the best. So Pooja, if you could get the certificate on the screen, and also a copy of our MOU quickly on the screen. Yeah. So this is a new normal. We would have loved to have this event personally in a physical presence, but
Yes.
so I would now request a compere to take the program ahead for the remaining 2 buzzing sessions that we have from our Sandeep Talwalekar ji, and also Sri Rekha ji is here. So they are going to talk on a very relevant topic. So over to you, Sandeep ji. That's a copy of MOU. This MOU clearly pens down what is Vidyavardhini College, what is Indian Green Building Council, what is the purpose of us coming together. I would request each and every participant here to read this MOU so that they are clear. It's for the knowledge sharing. It is for joint participation. And it's of course for capacity building. It also articulates the roles and responsibility of CII IGBC as well as VCET. So as to resonate our relations, it's important that there's a proactiveness on both sides. And we of course want to create a lot of IGBC AP. You know, the IGBC also has an exam for the young professionals to become accredited professionals. So I would strongly advocate, of course, Sri Rekha will be talking about it, but I would strongly advocate and encourage all of you, as soon as you become graduate, please do the studies for becoming an IGBC AP. That will build more confidence into you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are truly very honored for the opportunity that we got to join IGBC and have it in our college. Let us continue the event, hoping it would bring many good things to all of us present here.
Moving ahead, we have Mr. Sandeep Talwalekar sir, who is the proud fellow of IGBC. He completed his master from Purdue University, USA. Also, he is a member of National Executive Committee of CII IGBC. So I request you, sir, to share your thoughts.
Sandeep, you're on mute.
Panda sir, I would request you to share the presentation of Sandeep sir.
Thank you. Thank you to the trustees of the Vidyavardhini Engineering College, to the principal, Mr. Vankudre, especially to Vikrant Kothari, to all the faculty and members and students sitting in the audience, to my chapter chairman, Mr. Sandeep Shikre, my chapter subcommittee of student chapter, Mr. Bhavesh Mehta, Mr. Rumi engineers, all my chapter colleagues, and the hardworking CII IGBC family. I want to welcome this wonderful institution of Vidya, which is study, and Vardhani, as I understand it, which is the name of Parvati, to our IGBC, CII IGBC family. And when I say welcome to the family, means it's going to be a very, very long-term relationship. We are so proud to be able to connect with students. I mean, students, everything that connotates students, Jyoti, knowledge, all this that goes on. Little later, I will tell you why I'm so excited. But first, I would like to start off with a simple question. Please don't put that slide yet, but I want to start off by asking a question which connects all of us together. I'll talk about it a little later. But first, let me tell you my impression, the first impression I've had with your college. This morning, I spoke to a gentleman, Vikrant Kothari. And from the little interaction I had with him, I realized the depth of technology, of sincerity, and of knowledge that your institution brings to the table. I was really floored. I want to personally clap for it. I have a question for all of you. Can you please go to slide 2? The first 3 people who answer the question correctly, and you've been given this Google, form, I believe. So the first 3 people who answer the question correctly will be given an individual IGBC membership from us. The question is very simple. What are the 5 common elements that make up all of us and everything that we can see on Mother Earth? What are the 5 elements that make up all of us? I'm talking about the trees behind me. I'm talking about the wall behind me. I'm talking about me, the chair I'm sitting on, and all of you. What are the 5 common elements? I'm allowing 2 minutes for those Google form replies. Is that correct, Mr. Kothari? That's what I'm doing?
Yes, sir. So I would like to interrupt here. I have shared a Google form link in the chat section. All the students have to click on the Google form and they have to answer it there. And whoever answers, the first 3 students to answer it will get the membership.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
So should I give them 2 minutes?
Yes, sir. So the students, your time starts now.
Okay, great.
I think we should tell them not to write the answer in the chat. They only write in the Google Sheet.
Yes, Sandeep sir. So students, do not write your answer in the chat section. I want you all to just type the answers in the Google form we have given. Don't.
Yeah. That's very true.
Yes. Don't type the answers in the chat section. You won't get membership if you type here. Yes, sir.
That depends on you, Mr. Kothari, how you want to do it.
No, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. Kothari, do let me know when the 2 minutes are up.
Yes, sir.
Is that done?
Till now we have received 40 responses, and yes, the time I have stopped taking the responses now.
Okay, so why don't we go to the third slide? You know, the beauty of our country is that it takes very little for all our citizens to understand the 5 elements, because they've been part of our lives forever. Our parents have taught us, our grandparents have taught us in some way or the other about these 5 elements. And we have always prayed to them in lots of different ways. So these Panchadhatu, of the 5 elements, they completely cement this entire existence on Mother Earth. Every single thing, whether it's living, whether it's inanimate object, everything contains these 5 elements in different proportions, in different permutation combinations. So what does that mean to you and me? Well, when we talk about earth, water, fire, space, when we connect with the college, we normally talk about the first 4, earth, wind, fire. These are some things, or these are the elements that you understand through your knowledge as students, and we understand through our understanding in IGBC. So, what about our culture? India, 10,000 years ago, knew this knowledge. We had Vastu Shastra. We built that affordable, sustainable buildings that did not hurt Mother Earth. There was actually a saying that as long as you don't go more than 6 foot into Mother Earth, you don't harm her. Just think about that for a minute. Today, all our resources come from under 6 foot. And therefore, we have somehow lost our way. We have built cities and buildings and taken resources from Mother Earth and have completely bossed it up. Today, thanks to a lot of stalwarts, great thinkers, thanks to the environment teaching us, we have started looking at coming back to where we have lost our way, back to the correct path. And this path includes you as students who are going to take over the governance of Mother Earth after all of us pass away. God bless you, students, who are sitting and learning all about building. And I hear that all of you are civil engineers. How wonderful that is. You can truly impact Mother Earth by understanding the proportion of using these 5 elements and your job. So, just give me a second. Okay, so who am I? I am a hotelier. I'm not an engineer. I built a hotel, or wanted to build a hotel in Fulton. And Fulton is in the rain shadow of Maharashtra. It's in rural Maharashtra. When I started this project in my head, I knew only black and white, that I wanted to build a hotel. And then somebody incredibly important came into my life. the father of IGBC, Dr. Prem Jain, and please, all of you who have technology can Google him later. He introduced the color green into my life. And guess what? Thanks to him, today, I am India's first platinum rated green hotel in its class. There are lots and lots of hotels that may have green ratings, but this one is the first in its class. What did we do? I had great stalwarts like Rumiji, like many engineers that came into my life. And they helped me understand the proportion of all these 4 elements and how they were to be used to build a successful, sustainable project. I spent 50 crores on this project, and guess what? Today, it is India's first platinum-rated green hotel in its class. We work with water in such a way that today I have 30 to 35% savings in water. Can you imagine that? Not only from my business expense standpoint, but from a standpoint of being in the rain shadow of Maharashtra and how precious water is there. Today, the water table around me and my neighbors has come up to such a point that I don't need tanker water except for 1 month in a year. My electricity bill, thanks to all the solar farming we did, has come from 7 lakhs to 2.5 lakhs. What a great achievement. We are on our way to becoming net zero. Air in the hotel, we have air conditioning, ventilation. That itself has proved 50% savings. Why? Because the type of civil engineers that created, the structures. It's amazing what students can do today to learn from stalwarts who are there to becoming great stalwarts of their own as we move on, and how we can relate to Mother Earth finally. Please remember and take a promise that you will do nothing and no projects until you bring in these 5 elements, okay, and build buildings that can breathe, because the health of the building is based on these 5 elements and your expertise. I also want to let you know a professional fact. I am not an engineer. I am an owner. I hire the architect. I hire the engineer. And I hire the designers. But I have so many to choose from. So what is the first thing I ask? In an Indian joke term, I will say, kitna deti hai? Which translates to, what will you and your expertise do to save me expense? And what will it do to enhance my project? Never go into a meeting in future without understanding what you will do for the person who's spending all the money to hire you and to get your expertise, and then finally to help Mother Earth. I want to leave you with a simple, thinking that when I was young, I knew I was taught by my parents and my grandparents all this. I completely forgot it during my studies in the West. Today I have come back to India that is resilient, that is going to be the biggest green square footage in the world in the next 2-3 years. You are part of it. You are part of it. And you are going to be an even bigger part of it. Today, I'm so proud to call you part of my family. And yes, I'm talking virtually today. The first chance we get, I promise you, our entire student chapter committee will come and say hello to you. In the meantime, I have left you with a few thoughts, and I send you all lots of love. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Our next guest is Ms. Sri Rekha. Ms. Sri Rekha is at the time involved with green building activities, being in charge of IGBC Green Schools, healthcare and landscape rating system certification activities, and led with the engineer. I would like Ms. Sri Rekha, ma'am, to give introduction to green education.
Thank you. Hope I'm audible and my screen is visible.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that brief introduction. And also, we once again welcome the Vidyavardhini College of Engineering and Technology to our IGBC family. As all our stalwarts have already set the tone, so I'm happy and also to be part of this event. And thank you for this opportunity as well. So firstly, I would like to again be grateful to the principal, Dr. Harish Vankate, and Mr. Vikrant, who has been coordinating, and also all our IGBC office bearers, the stalwarts of our IGBC Mumbai chapter, who are driving the green building movement in the Maharashtra. Of course, architect Sandeep Shikre, Mr. Rumi Engineer, Mr. Sandeep Tolalkar, and also Mr. Bhavesh Mehta. These are the whatever we are talking, they are implementing, and they have been leading the movement. So thank you all for your presence, and also my colleague Pooja, who have coordinated this event wonderfully, and we were able to successfully launch this student chapter in your college. So as you have all got the introduction about the green buildings, why it is important, and also how the inspiration thoughts our speakers has given to you on why it is so important for the current day. So being all of your students, of course, even when we pass out from the college also, we will be always a student. We'll be learning some or other new things. So this is required for throughout our life, not just being a student, but later stage also. So as I've seen that green building movement is growing rapidly in the country, they say that the major growth, especially from the past 5 to 7 years, the annual growth of green buildings or the construction industry is growing rapidly, at least from 8 to 10%. And they say that in next 20 years, this growth will grow up to from 20 billion to the 100 billion square feet. And we are expecting with the current rate of thing, out of which this 100 billion square foot, at least the 5% construction are going big. Of course, this appears to be small, but you all being the future professionals and getting the awareness on this subject on sustainability, we are sure that this number will be getting into leaps and bounds more. So having said that this movement is increasing, there is also a requirement for the professionals. So green buildings, as you have seen, that we are working on from the building design to the construction to even the certification stages. So there has been the contribution from the green building movement that the new services have come. Green building consultancy has been done by many of the architects, many of the consultants. They're doing building commissioning processes and energy simulators. So there are a lot of new expertise have come into the industry. And not only in the building, when we talk about the developers or when we are talking about the construction and all, even at the manufacturing sector, people are looking forward to go for the green products. So they are looking for this sustainable building professionals who are there. And we are expecting every year there is a potential of requirement of such 1 lakh trained green building professionals in the country. So as we have seen that movement is increasing and the professionals are required, IGBC has launched also IGBC Green Education Services with a vision of enabling India to have largest pool of trained professionals in green built environment. So please, I think definitely Mr. Rumi also has highlighted about, we are not just talking up to the building level, we are moving beyond to the built environment. So that's what we are aiming at. And also under purpose and objective of this green education program is to have the educational institutes to develop the students who are industry ready, and also especially on this sustainability and the green concepts. So what are the key benefits, if I would like to highlight on the green education services we are offering? So yes, as Mr. Sandeep has indicated, we are having the IGBC accredited professionals. So for the students, right now we are having specific accreditation called as IGBC AP Associates. So to whoever has participates in our green education program, they have good exposure to the concepts of green buildings, green concepts from the design, construction, and operations level. So, and also the whatever the new trends and technologies are coming up, we do have exposure on this. And also as being the future professionals, and if you are, the clients are looking forward for the certification, so you will have touch upon even the green building rating systems, what are there. So as Mr. Rumi has indicated, we have around 28 rating systems available. And this is the only council in the world where it has the rating systems addressing all kind of building sectors. So definitely this will also help on that. And when we have all this as a knowledge already existing, so this is going to be additional USP to your qualification. So when you have, I've seen that when during the video of your college, and also when the sir has spoken about your college details, that you have lot of placements. So this also can be the accredited professional associate can be additional qualification to your placement in the industry. So what is the courses? What we mean by green education we are doing. So right now what we are offering is as a semester course, elective courses we are offering, covering the all subjects of the green buildings as we have addressed. So sustainable architecture, water management, energy management, materials, indoor environmental quality, and definitely addressing the case studies as well. So we have framed this course into a 45 hours program where it can run through your regular semester. You can take it as an elective. Some people are taking this as an even as part of their curriculum also, few of the universities. And they are running as a semester course, which can gain you 3 credits as well. So as you can see, these are the subjects related to the buildings and also the consultants or the professionals who are involved in the green buildings. So right now we are offering these courses for the architectural and the engineering students. So when we say engineering students, we are recommending civil engineering. Of course, today we have the civil department where we are launching this student chapter. So civil engineering is one of the major area we are addressing. Mechanical engineering and as well as the electrical engineering. So what is the approach we are taking in terms of conducting this course? Because as you can see, IGBC, we are as a council, we have limited sources with us. And another important thing is whenever we are trying to educate or run the courses, the right approach we have more is from the faculty. So taking that as a consideration, so we are running these courses by training the trainers. So most of the colleges, they are nominating their faculty who can be trained. So this trained faculty will get training by IGBC and they get accredited as a trained faculty. And further, they will be sharing this knowledge and conducting the courses at the college. Even all the syllabus, the course content required for this course will be shared by IGBC. We also have, in addition, not just as a course material, we have along with as a reference books which can be referred, the standards, and also the worksheets which can be shared with the students so that they can have hands-on experience. And also whenever it's required, definitely IGBC will be there, so we can have the special sessions. And for the students, whoever participate in the course, they take the exam, and this exam is completely optional. So after the course is completed, in case the students want to take exam, they can appear. So this definitely, the course will help out, facilitate them to take these exams very easily. And once they clear the exam, they will be getting accreditation as the IGBC AP associate. And of course, we do exclusive crash refresher course as well for the exam. So whoever the students register for the exam, we give a mock test and try to explain how the test will be there and how they can prepare for the exam. As we have discussed, what are the benefits for the students? So let me highlight few of the benefits which can be discussed for the institution as well as the faculty. So at the institution level, it's like more being, we are from the industry association, so it brings a linkage between the industry and the institution. Of course, even today's the student chapter launch is going to have the starting step of that linkage program. And we'll have introduction to the new industry specific courses, not only on green buildings, more and more what are the new topics are coming, the new trends are coming, we offer those courses to them, and capacity building of their faculty. In personal to the faculty, again, for their capacity building, their on the new trends which are coming, it's going to be enhanced program for them. Of course, they have wide knowledge on the subject, so we are going to have more enhancement on it with the new trends, and networking with the industry people, and also recognition as IGBC trained accredited faculty. So methodology, as I've indicated, to cut short as in a flow chart, you can see here. So first, what we do whenever this green education is accepted by any of the colleges and all. So first step we do is we tie up with the educational institute within a formal MOU or as a form of proposal. We train the trainers, and then the trained faculty run the courses at the college. And in between, whenever is required, we can, on mutual convenient time, we can create an expert talks from the industry. So you have heard Sandeep Shikre, also Mr. Rumi, all these are the experts we have from the industry where they can give you on specific trends or specific practical exposure on how these concepts have been implemented. And of course, after the course is completed, you can take the exam and get accredited as an associate. So that's from the college side when we tie up. And also we've seen that from last 1 year, the more pandemic situation, a lot of people, we are working from the home, and people are, the students especially, they were looking for some online courses where they can improve their knowledge. So the course, we are also, besides the elective course at the college level, we are also offering online courses to the students. So where it's a 2-week program on green built environment. And we have many students participating in this. We recommend final year students to be participate in this course because they already have some base knowledge on what are the requirements in the building industry. So we recommend the final year students. And even after taking this online course, also people will be able to get through the exam. So when we tie up with the college, so everything comes from the college. But here, this is directly the students who want to enroll, they can enroll, and it's an online program they can completely take from home. And that's the reason we have scheduled the timings of this online courses also only in the evenings 4 to 6:30, so that this will not disturb their academic timings. So what all the progress we have done till now, because I've spoken about our institution, our program and all. So we have tied up with the MOUs with the prestigious universities in the country, the VTU Karnataka, GTU Ahmedabad, and MSU Baroda. All their affiliated colleges are going through this green education program. So from the university sides also, this is giving a lot of push for us and showing, of course, this will be, this is the future subject is required. And also, as the principal sir has indicated that you're running faculty development programs regularly. Yes, even we have tied up with the AICT Training and Learning Academy Atal program, where we are offering the faculty development programs on the subjects of green buildings. And people are showing interest towards that as well. So we have trained more than 1 lakh the students through various awareness programs and the training programs. And that's how the student chapters are becoming more and more vibrant and helping us to take this forward. And we have, in this green education program, we have already completed some 8 batches of the courses, and about 300 plus students have covered, and 160 plus students have been already accredited as IGBC AP associates. So thank you all for your patience listening. So I would like to just end by saying that this is a famous saying from the Buckminster Fuller, that says, the best way to predict the future is to design it. So you all are the future professionals and who are going to design our future. So whatever we think about, let's think about design or perform in terms of green, so that we can save our earth more eco-friendly, and we can live safe. So thank you all. Thank you for your time and patience listening. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. As the event is close to the end, I request Mr. Bhavesh Mehta, sir, who is currently Deputy General Manager of Engineering Design at Reliance Industry Limited, headquarters at Navi Mumbai, to give concluding remarks.
Yeah, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, first of all, Principal Dr. Vankundre Saab, Mr. Asolkar Saab, Mr. Kothari Saab, and our office bearers from our IGBC Mumbai chapter, Sandeep Shikre Saab, Sandeep Talavlekar Saab, my Guruji, Rakesh Bhai, Rumi Bhai, Shri Rekha, and of course Pooja from IGBC office. As Sandeep Bhai rightly says, that whenever we want to learn something, it should be from a case study, okay? And I'm sure that whatever suggestions has been given during time to time by Sandeep Bhai, we will definitely implement to try to give our maximum to the college. And I'm sure Vidyavardhini Vartak College, as today there are more than 155 members, delegates in this session, I'm really sure that even in this pandemic situations also, we will try to give the webinars, as a part of student activity chair from IGBC Mumbai chapter. This is the activity which we used to do. We have a speakers, we will conduct the seminars and webinars on green building material, on a case study on a different buildings. And of course, when the pandemic will be over, as Rumi Bhai says, or Sandeep Bhai says, we will also visit the different green buildings rather. Even as a part of my profession in Reliance Industries also, I was involved in the green building certification of our Reliance Corporate Park, which is at Thane Belapur Road, Navi Mumbai. Then a Geo Garden, the famous Geo Garden at Bandra Kurla Complex, Dhirubhai Ambani schools, and of course, lots of all the Reliance projects which we have built up under the dynamic leadership of Shri Mukesh Bhai Ambani. We have a case study. We will definitely present a case study to all the students of your civil engineering discipline. I am sure we will try to give as maximum as possible to the students of, and whatever the commitment is given by our entire committee, we will fulfill the complete requirement. I once again thank the college management for launching the student chapter, because it's a long-awaited chapter, and I'm sure. See, this is the second chapter which we are launched during virtual. Earlier, we have launched a Pillai College of Architecture and Engineering at Panvel, the similar way we launched the chapter. So this is what I would like to say. Once again, I thank the college management, even my IGBC Mumbai chapter committee, dynamic leadership, Sandeep Shikare Saab, always passionate and always ready to cooperate and support. Rumi Bhai, he's always a colorful, he's evergreen person for giving this technical session. And I'm sure he is the man in a Godrej where it's a net zero building, and he is the person, he is the man behind that, the creativity of a net zero building, which is there at Godrej, Vikhroli. So I'm sure we all are waiting for a physical meeting to your college, physical session to your college. And that's all I would like to say. I think we have as Sandeep Bhai says, we have a student chapters at various engineering college and architectural college. Engineering college, I say few names are like VJTI, we have IIT Bombay, we have the student chapter Saraswati College of Engineering at Kharghar. We have the student chapters at even JJ College of Architecture, Rachana Sansar. We have the engineering, we have the architect college chapters, and I'm sure IGL, Indian Green League, what referred by Sandeep Shikare Saab, it's going to be a virtual. I'm sure that we will have a good participation from faculty also into that particular league. A Green Building Congress, which I would like to refer. Every September, the Congress is happen. Last 2 years, last year it was virtual because of the pandemic situation. This year also, I'm sure, because we all are in May, so that will be also virtual. So on behalf of IGBC, I invite each one of you to virtually participate in the Green Building Congress, because all the leading speakers, all the good companies who are manufacturer of the green products, they are participating in that particular session. So everybody invited to be a part of our Green Building Congress, which is going to happen somewhere in September 2021. So I sincerely thank each and everyone, the students, because the students are very passionate. I'm sure, Sandeep Bhai, you have to announce the name of the 3 students. Sandeep Bhai. Hello. Am I audible?
Ask Mr. Kothari to do that because he's not.
Yeah, Sandeep Bhai, because students are eagerly waiting for who will be the who are the winner of that membership from IGBC. So this is, I think, one of the things which I'm sure, Sandeep Bhai, if you announce the name, it is really good. Students are eagerly waiting for that. So that's all from my side. Thank you very much once again, Sandeep Shikare Saab, Sandeep Talalikar Saab, Sandeep Mendiratta, and Rakesh Bhai, of course, Rumi Bhai, and my guru Sandeep Talalikar Saab. Thanks a lot once again. Rekha also, you and Pooja both. Thank you once again. Over to Anaga.
Thank you, Bhavesh Bhai. Before we proceed, I would request all the committee members to put on their camera once and introduce themselves. I can see Sam here. I can see Rakesh Bhatia also here. So if they can just introduce to the students before the physical meeting could happen.
And Mr. Kothari, can you announce the 3 names?
Yes, sir. Should I announce it right now?
Yeah, I guess so, no?
Okay, sir. So I would announce the result of question asked by you. So we got 55 responses and around 50 students gave correct answer.
Oh, super.
Yes, sir. So the 3 students who were the first one to guess the correct answer are as follows. The first in the Google form timestamp is Vaidehi Sawant from TE Civil. Second is Mr. Gurupreet Marwaha from BE Civil. And third student to give the correct answer is Yash Jivani, again from BE Civil. So these are the 3
each and every students.
Yes, sir. Congratulations to Vaidehi, Gurupreet, and Yash Jivani.
Congratulations, everybody.
Yes, sir.
So now, before we conclude, I would request our Rakesh and Rajan Gaokarsi to be visible on the video camera and just give some.
Oh, Rajan Bhai is here. Sorry, Rajan Bhai, I forgot to take your name.
I actually am outside, but hence in this place I cannot start my video. But yeah, thanks for I mean, it was a wonderful session, and really excited, that, we added one more dynamic chapter with almost 150 plus. In fact, even I see now also there are 145 people who are there. So it shows the interest, the students have, as well as the faculty, they have driven that interest. Wonderful sessions by, speech by Sandeep Shikre sir, Rumi ji, Sandeep Talawlikar sir, and Bhavesh. You actually, when you gave your vote of thanks, you in fact generated a lot of excitement among the students by inviting them for various, activities, including Congress. So I think, I also see, I am actually president of Ishre Thane chapter, and we also have a lot of student chapters. And I can tell you that I think this, the interest shown by you is one of the best, I mean, nowadays students don't come for any of the sessions, maybe because of various reasons. And we find it very difficult to get students. But I can really appreciate Dr. Vankudre sir and the faculty members that they have been able to bring in so many students, for this session. So a wonderful session, and anytime we are available. So I think I normally conduct a lot of, or maybe I can bring in speakers on the soft skills development, the career progression, the career planning, or such subjects, personality development, other things. So anytime Sandeep Talawlikar sir or Bhavesh or anybody wants me to conduct or organize such events for the college, I am always there. So thank you so much.
Yeah, Rajan bhai, definitely. And let me tell you, Vidyavardhini Vartak is one of the, I mean, I feel one of the best ever chapter they have proved last 4 or 5, because from Ishre also I was connected as a student chair to this college before 4 or 5 years. So they always have minimum 170, 180 members every year. So today also you see the overwhelming response from the students. 155, 160 members are there. So we will continue the same passion, and we are sure on behalf of our student committee, I personally assure that we will give the full response and full commitment. Whatever has been promised by us will be honored. There's a promise from my side also as a student activity chair.
Rakesh.
Yes. So good evening all. It has been a pleasure to attend this ceremony of the chapter inauguration for this college. So my humble request, we come with around many years of experience with green buildings, and we have formed many chapters. So what we have seen is, with the initial enthusiasm comes in a lot of promises, but however, soon what happens is everyone gets busy with their own life, especially the students, for their curriculum, for their academics, and then they miss out on these important aspects, which are also a part of the syllabus right now, as Srireka pointed out. So what I would actually request is that we could help you to continuously motivate the students. The idea is that there has to be a green champion who has to drive this within the student community. So my humble request would be that a self-starter, a self-motivator who can be an influencer within the college, he should become a green champion, and then he can plan the itinerary with us, with the chapter members in Mumbai, and then we can roll out a few more programs. So we just don't want to be a part of the inauguration of the chapter, but we want to continuously participate and enrich the college with rich industrial experience, our experience. We can also showcase a few case studies, how we have done it. So this is all from my side. So it has been a wonderful experience participating in this inaugural session. However, I would love that we continue this relationship and you all participate with us at all the events in the near future. Thank you.
Yes, Anaga and Siddhi.
Sam?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, hi. Good evening, everybody, and thank you very much. And I welcome Dr. Venkute. Thank you, sir, for bringing this chapter, from bringing your college to IGBC. And you can see, you have seen this, all the stalwarts. I can say to you, they are very, very bad addiction people, I can say. Once you get addicted to them, they are not going to leave you, and you are not going to leave them. These people are so passionate that they live their life just to make sure that the world is green. So I think now you have a new color, which is going to be the color of your life now, can say, is a green. So I welcome all these 150 students who has joined us today. And I can tell you all that it's a large opportunity has come to you. Now it's up to you how you reap it off. So please, please, please use us. I can say to you, really use us and take the maximum output from all of us. We all are sitting here in front of you, and the stalwarts you are seeing here, they have like, if you say even you touch them, you get a knowledge of green. They are that level. So please use them in a right way, take maximum output and become a good ambassador. What we are talking today, I think after 5 years down to the line, you all will be talking to the new generation, the same thing. So I welcome all of you and I wish you all a good luck, and let's work together to make a better world to live together. Thank you very much. I think we have come to the end, right?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. As all good things come to an end, in an ordinary life, we hardly realize that we receive a great deal more than we give. And that is only with the gratitude that life becomes rich. So I call upon Professor Vikrant Kothari, sir, to thank all the IGBC members.
Yes, thank you, Siddhi. First of all, a very good evening to all the dignitaries present here. I would like to appreciate the presence of each and everyone during this tough situation. You have given us the time, and I'm very honored to be associated. Our college is very honored to associate with IGBC. So starting with a vote of thanks, I would like to thank Architect Sandeep Shirke sir, Chairman IGBC Mumbai Student Chapter, then Ms. Mala Singh, Co-Chair IGBC Mumbai Student Chapter, Mr. Hiten Sethi, Co-Chair again IGBC Mumbai Student Chapter, then the speakers and the committee members of the Student Chapter to present here today, Mr. Sandeep Talolikar, Bhavesh Mehta sir, Rumi Engineer sir, Rakesh Bhatia sir, Rajan Gaonkar sir, Sandeep Mendirata sir, and Councillor of CII and IGBC, Ms. Shri Rekha. We are very honored to listen to your words of wisdom, and you have given us very valuable inputs. Your experiences will definitely be very useful for us. Also, I would like to thank and take the opportunity to thank management of Vidyavardhini's Trust, our principal, Dr. Harish Vankudre sir, to give us the opportunity. Also, I would like to thank our HOD, head of the department, Dr. Uday Asolekar, for allowing us to go ahead to open a students chapter of IGBC for our college. Our principal sir and HOD sir have always motivated us to collaborate with industry, and as you all have already said that we need to bridge the gap between industry and academics. So I feel IGBC can help us to bridge that gap, and I'm looking forward to associate, and as Rajan Gaonkar and Raju Gaonkar sir and Rakesh Bhatia sir said that use us. We are definitely very keen to collaborate with you, and we will show our participation as you are expecting from us. So with this, I would like to thank Siddhi and Anaga for carrying out this beautiful event, coordinating it very well, and all the students who have participated here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Here now we conclude today's event launch of IGBC Student Chapter. Thank you IGBC for making VSET a part of this. We are truly thankful. Thank you all the audience for attending this event. Stay safe and stay home. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.